Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike with smartoptiontrading.com. It's Friday, the 31st of May. This is our weekly recap. If you want to join us, come to our live trading room with Discord and Zoom. You can over to smartoptiontrading.com. I'll put a link in the description below and click on live trading alerts. So let's talk about this week. In the last couple of weeks, we've been trading in a very, very low volume environment with a tight range. We have generally been drifting lower here for the last couple sessions. We broke below this candle from last Thursday right here, that low. We took that out yesterday and we got some follow through today, although we're heavy off the lows here. We're going in about 25 minutes into the close. So this gap here got filled. This one's filled. We have a little gap sitting up here where we gapped down from earlier this week on Wednesday. And we're still above the 50-day, and we still have another gap sitting here at 513.30 area. So, market's kind of pulling back a little bit, about maybe 2% or so, but not really any rush to it. And again, look at volume today. While we're at 40 million shares, it's been a slog to get here. And, we'll probably finish with our highest volume candle of the week for what it's worth. Overall, we're in a slow motion pullback. It feels to me like a lot of profit taking that's going on out here right now. The Qs looks a little bit more ominous. That said, it was stronger coming into today. It just fell off harder today, but coming back up. We've had some bad earnings there. We'll go into some of that in a minute. That wasn't everything today, though. The energy names today waking up, pushing to the 21-day. The banks pushing back up here to the 21-day as well. There's some strength in those sectors. Goldman trying to come back. JP Morgan's been a little bit stronger, breaking above this little range now, trying to push. You get the idea here. Some of the banks, look at Bank of America, a big move back up off the 50-day in 2 days. So the banks continue to show some strength. They're coming back for them. That's a good sign. The SMHs here pulled back, just missed the 21-day and bounced. NVIDIA finally yesterday had its first red day, had another one today, came down, took this gap, filled it, came almost to the 8-day, and it reversed and came back off of it. I traded NVIDIA on and off this week. The options have gotten a lot wider and a lot more whippier. So remember, we have a split coming here. It'll go into effect on the close of the 7th next Friday, and that is a 10-for-1 split. So overall, holding well, all-time high up here at 1158.19. AMD's been all over the place, but still trading sideways in this range. We saw Micron come off the all-time high, Qualcomm come off the all-time high there as well, but holding in so far. We look at other names. A lot of the weakness this week was in software. CRM got absolutely destroyed yesterday on its first revenue miss since 2006 or 2004, whatever it was, and not so great guidance. That said, today it came back and it pushed partially into this gap, and it's pushed this gap higher. So you can see this gap now is moving up. It's on the highs here. This did feel a little bit overdone, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if it'll run all the way back up, but it's going to run up for a little bit and try to just at least get back closer. MongoDB also had a bad report there, down. I thought Zscaler's report, for what it was worth, was pretty good, but they sold that off as well. We had earnings from Costco last night. I got to tell you, I love this report. I really can't find much bad in that report. If you're looking for what's bad in that report, it was a question, and the analysts and Wall Street's looking for them to raise their prices of their membership fee. And when asked, the CEO said, that's a when question, not an if question, basically saying at some point when we're ready, but we're not ready right now. And their floor traffic remains good. Their same store sales remains good. They're seeing the consumer, as inflation drops, is spending more money on other products other than food. I like Costco longer term. I think that was a good report. Ulta had a good report as well, but they came back in. And Dell, if you're looking for that one, also got beaten up here. Now, it had gone a long way. It was at all-time highs. It was a good report. They raised guidance. The problem you're facing with Dell is their margins weren't great. And that's one of the because of their spending on AI, and that's one thing that's hitting it. Let's go around and look at some other names. Apple here going sideways, still holding the 8-day. It's a very strong chart. I still think this one wants to try to get to the all-time high. Microsoft finally capitulated yesterday. We gapped down. We got a big gap down on Microsoft yesterday, lost the 8-day, the 21-day, and the 50-day, and today you got continuation to the downside, watching for a move to the bottom of that Bollinger Band. We've been talking in the room about Amazon. If it breaks 180, was a short, did that yesterday. Here's your follow through to the bottom of the Bollinger Bands in the 100-day here today. We'll see how that reacts. Google also here broke below the 21-day, but came roaring back. Still one of the strongest names in the market. Meta continues to go sideways. But under the 100-day here for the first time, the Bollinger Band's really tightening up. Who am I forgetting? Netflix. Not going anywhere to talk about Netflix. We had a nice trade on that one on Wednesday. We couldn't hold it and gave it back. And Tesla remains stuck. For me, Tesla is a short below the 50-day, a long above the 100-day, and until then, it is a very tough trader. The intraday action is very, very wide and whippy. We've caught it a couple times this week, but you got to be careful with it and you got to be quick. And this one could stay like this until I think it's the 13th, when that is the Tesla shareholder. We're going to vote on Musk's compensation package. Am I forgetting anything, guys? Anything else we need to talk about here? Coin, we were trying to trade this one this week above the 40 area. It broke out a couple times and couldn't hold it and came down. The market's just in a very quiet stage. And until that changes, you got to trade carefully. Look out. We're below the 8 and the 21 day. That is a risk-off environment on the SPY. So we'll see what we get on Monday. Remember, Monday morning, we will get inflows into the market. Do charts on Sunday, guys. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. If you want to join us, smartoptiontrading.com, a link in the description.